Hello everyone and welcome to Zozo Media Talk Show, the show where we talk about issues that affect our day-to-day lives. I am your host, Okoji Mabel Isomo, and today we are going to be diving into a very sensitive topic, anxiety. Many people feel it's just being nervous, but in reality, anxiety is way more than that. It is the feeling of constantly thinking, fidgeting, restlessness, and shaking, and it affects many people. To better understand this topic, I am joined by a very beautiful guest, Lillian Al Hassan. So, thank you for joining us on the show. Thank you for having me. So, concerning the topic anxiety, how would you describe anxiety to someone?
Okay, so thank you so much again for this topic. Okay, anxiety is something that affects more people than they actually realize. Now, like you said earlier, anxiety is it goes way beyond just feeling nervous. Now, it's that constant feeling of uneasiness, of worry that affects how we live, how we work, and how we relate with others. Now, normally, anxiety is our body's natural way of dealing with stress. But when it becomes like constant and it happens like frequently, even when we are not even feeling like just that pressure, it becomes a problem, and that is how anxiety ends up affecting a lot of people's lives. So anxiety, when it becomes constant and doesn't stop, that's when it becomes like a very big problem.
Yeah, that's true. So, have you had any experience with someone that has anxiety or your personal experience?
Okay, for me personally, I've not really had like all of those experience with anxiety or battlefield, but I had a friend in secondary school, and normally we have this exam tension, this jitters. We're like, okay, exam is coming, and we are always tensed and all. But the thing is, after exam, normally if it was to be stress, after the exam, that pressure is supposed to have gone. You're not supposed to feel that anxiety
Almost
anymore.
everybody feel that
Exactly.
nervousness.
But this my particular friend, even after the exam stress, tension was gone, she was always like, there was always this, she was always breathing, she was scared, she was fearful. And we ask her question, why are you scared? She doesn't have this particular reason why she's scared, why she's afraid. She's just like breathing hard, breathing. And we realized that she was actually battling with anxiety, and it was something that was like deeper than we actually saw it.
So, in any way, did it affect those around?
It actually affected. It got to an extent she withdrew from her friends. She was not really able to relate with people as much as she did earlier on. Yeah, so with the way she spoke with people, it was obvious to people that knew her that something was wrong. Yeah, something was wrong. So she was not, her social life went downhill. She was not able to relate to people. She was not as fun as she used to be. And then when we realized that anxiety is actually very, very
So, she showed what are the symptoms of anxiety?
okay. Well, anxiety affects and shows up in different people in different ways. So people, it might be sweaty palms, restlessness, difficulty sleeping, even like withdrawing from people, from conversations, from environments. Even withdraw from people, like there are different ways anxiety can show up in a person's life.
To anyone listening right now and thinking this sounds like me, what are the ways to cope with anxiety?
Okay, so coping with anxiety, first of all, is finding something that works for you, something that calms you down. For some people, it's exercising. For some people, it's writing down their thoughts, what they're thinking about. For some people, it's talking to a friend, talking about how you are feeling and how it affects you personally. So those things is just find something that keeps you calm, something that relaxes you, and that's the way you can actually like cope with it and find something that works for you.
So you're in a workspace and you have a co-worker who's dealing with anxiety. You don't know the person is dealing with anxiety, so you notice that most people in the workspace tend to stigmatize the person or stay away from the person, even if you sometimes tend to stay away from the person. How can you help the person? So how can you cope with that kind of person?
Okay, first of all, the thing is you cannot fully understand a person that's going through anxiety. So now, dealing with someone in your workplace, first of all, with or without anxiety, you have to be patient. You have to show empathy. You have to tolerance. Listen to the person. Create a safe environment for the person. Be tolerant, because there are times where you might feel like you feel angered, like this person is getting on your nerves. So you have to be patient, be tolerant, listen to the person. When the person has a thought, let the person feel you like you're like their safe space, somebody you can depend on and rely on. Yeah. So that's the way you can.
Alright, thank you so much. What's your advice to those dealing with anxiety?
Okay, my very first advice is, first of all, you are not alone. Okay, you are not alone. There are people that care about you. Okay, so and the first step to overcoming anxiety is talking to somebody about it. Don't keep it all bottled up inside. Like the more you keep it in, the more pressure it goes. Like the way it weighs down on you, it's going to be a whole lot. So talk to someone about it. And another thing is, we need, as a people, we need to create a society for people that have anxiety, and create a safe environment for them, because anxiety is something that everybody should pay more attention to. So the society, family, friends, everybody has a role to play with it. So we can all work together to solve this problem, this underlying problem, and we'll all be.
So thank you for joining me, Leah.
Thank you so much for having me.
So in the end, anxiety is real, but it doesn't have to win. You just have to speak up and reach out. And remember, you are not alone. It has been Zozo Media Talk Show. I remain your host, Mabel Okoje Izomo. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Till next time, goodbye.